On this episode of Pimp My Setup, I'm going to be talking about your setups you submitted for tips, tricks, feedback, and much more. So if you're interested in that, then sit back, relax, and interact because the show starts now.
It's time for the original setup show dedicated to providing you with tips, tricks, and feedback to pimp out your setup. Hosted by Matt Philly with new special guests every week. Coming at you live in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Pimp My Setup, episode number 173, recorded live on December 29, 2016, the last episode of 2016, may I add. My name's Matt Philly. You can find me on Twitter at Matt Philly, and as always, we are joined by producer Tom.
2017 can't come soon enough, guys.
He's always got like a little something. You know what? Today has been awesome so far. It is raining. I do like rain. Of course, it always happens when we're doing the show. But we've already had 9 people subscribe to our Twitch, which is just absolutely insane. Thank you guys so much. If you don't know, we do every show live. That's going to be Thursday, Sunday, Tuesday. I don't know why I did it in that order, but Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern time on Twitch. That's the place to go. So make sure you go check it out, twitch.tv/swashin. We do it live on YouTube, but we disabled the chat because kids. But yeah, this is the last. We just got another sub.
Oh
Holy crap. Seriously though, this is the last episode of 2016. We have a full recap of the best and worst setups coming out on Saturday, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, let's get into the setups. They're not the best in the world today, but first one comes from Justin. He's 21, and yeah, first things first, he built the desk, right? Awesome. Great job. I think he did an awesome job building the desk, but the setup itself, is it the best thing in the world? Not quite. Let's explain why. Now, first things first, he did say that the left side is specific for his computer and the right side is specific for writing. Now, I have a problem with this. Obviously, the usability side of things, just awful. He throws himself to the corner of the desk. Look at the placement of the actual leg of the desk in comparison to where he's sitting. Just doesn't make sense. That's not what the idea of a desk is for, unless you have a ginormous desk to where, you know, it's comfortable. There's enough room to do that. But for this, there's not enough room. And even the right side, where he should be doing his quote-unquote writing, that's not a lot of room at all. And I don't see anything specific to his writing practices, if you will, like a nice surface to write on, because they'd probably be terrible to write on that desk because there are multiple boards put together. So I'm sure there's like little indents and divots. And so like I feel like it's, you know, kind of weird to say that's the reason why, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense. So the easiest thing to do, center yourself back to the desk, and guess what? You'll still have room to the left or right of you to use whatever. Plus, you don't have like a cutout for your keyboard cable. So, amazing. This is crazy. Now, just think about this. You could take the keyboard and you can move it up and use your mouse pad to write on. Oh my God. How did he not think of that, Tom?
It's crazy.
Right? Really, do you think that just looks so awkward?
It does. And it's pretty obvious what he has to do. He just has to do it.
Just like, but yeah, I think everything else in the room, like theme is lacking. We see one poster, can't really see what it is. We don't know what it's all about, but that's the only thing we see. You know, the PC placement looks a little bit odd and off. The PC doesn't really match. Accessories could be a little bit better. And outside of mine could be a lot better. I feel like you have a lot you can clean up, condense. The printer should be elsewhere. Under the desk, the cables seem to be just a bit too crazy. Like, yeah, they're going in a general direction, kind of figure it out. But look at them. You could definitely, 5 minutes of your time and about $5, you could have a ton of freaking Velcros going all through those cables, making it look a lot neater. And also, it looks like you have 37 different things under your desk. You know, it looks like a drawer to a filing cabinet, you know, a basket, a footstool, a garbage can. It's just too much, a little bit too much for my liking. So, because of that, I definitely think you need to kind of figure things out. And we just got another subscriber. What the hell? Wow. Anyways, seriously, guys, this setup, it just needs some love. And I hope you guys agree. But let me know your thoughts down below. And in the meantime, let's hop into the next setup submitted by Garrett. Garrett here. And I know it says Richard on the thing, but I put the wrong name. His name is Garrett. And he loves cars and shoes. He's a 13-year-old that plans on eventually getting an L desk. And as you can see, he has a lot of room. You know what I mean? He's just got a lot of room. So an L desk or a bigger desk would definitely work here. Now, I do want to put it out there that almost all of these are original submissions. And I did put out an email 2 days ago saying, hey guys, send me your updated photos. And nobody did it. And I was kind of hoping a lot of these people would, because I was kind of harsh today. Looking at this setup, yeah, he loves shoes, but like, wow, he loves shoes, you know? So I didn't really have a problem with that. But, yeah, I mean, maybe if you could come up with a cool way to, maybe like an LED strip behind it, that would look cool. But just something. It was just in a weird spot for me. But I'm not a shoe fanatic, so that's that. The lamp, though, I just thought it was like the ugliest thing ever.
Doesn't have anything to like the shade it. Like, it just pure light right on your face.
It looks like a toilet bowl with a lamp sticking out.
Yeah,
like,
it looks like it's missing a piece.
Yeah, it definitely looks a little odd. And like you said, it's probably insanely harsh, considering there's no diffuser. So I thought that was weird. But, you know, considering the desk that he has, I don't think he did a terrible job. He does have sort of a cloth behind the desk to hide cables, which, you know how that goes. It's kind of cheating, but it's kind of like a solution to an extent. So, yeah, he doesn't get like a 10 out of 10, but he doesn't get a 0. But, you know, we see the cables coming out from behind the monitors, and then I feel like the placement of the Xbox isn't really the best, but that's strictly due to the size of his desk. So I would assume upon getting a bigger one, he would fix that. So I'm not like, you know, super angry, but also the very nice poster at the top of the setup, it looks so bad without a frame. And this is kind of why it's beneficial to have a frame, because it will flatten it out. It won't reflect as much depending on what kind of finish the actual frame has. But it will make that look 10 times better. So I definitely think you need to do that. And I know some people actually have problems with people having those cork boards / whiteboards in their setup. I think it's fine. I think it looks good. And you can see this was done in August. And he actually went to the to Sky Zone. So that sounds cool. How was Sky Zone?
Yeah, tell me.
Yes. How was it, dude? Anyways, let's go to the next setup submitted by Seth. He's 15, and he said that he just wants to get a real desk. He wants to be a real boy. Really, if you want to check out his YouTube channel, it's MAGS, a.k.a. Make America Great Setups. No, just Mags. Go check it out. But you know what? I got to give this guy a lot of props. A lot of props. You know, not just one prop, a lot of props. Because he really doesn't have the best furniture, if you could even call it that. It's just those fold out plastic tables that look like shit stains are smeared all over it. And that's just like a problem with those. Every time we see it, it looks like someone literally wiped their ass against the table. But I'm going to assume he didn't. I'm going to hope he didn't. He probably did. So really though, look at the usability. You know, he's got a laptop, but then he's got the monitor above at the perfect angle. It's tilted just a tad. It seems like it's actually very usable. So I give him props with that. He's also got his console side off to the left, which I think works well. The TV looks a little low considering what he's doing. I don't know how that works though, but I think it's fine. You know, nitpicking. So I think it works good. Just imagine if that was a legitimate wood desk or whatever kind of desk, L desk, it would work perfectly. So I definitely think the desk is hurting you. And then, you know, you got the headphone stand for your Astros, but what about your other Logitech headset? You know, something for that would be nice. And he's got kind of like these pop vinyls and Dorbs, I think they're called. Other things off to the right side, which is cool. You know, just a little section there. And then it's a very interesting, mature lamp. Very interesting. So again, problem with this cable management needs a little bit of work, but he obviously can't really put anything to the underside of this desk without making a permanent problem. He could do like you know, adhesive and stuff, but nothing too permanent. So a new desk would help with the cable management. Theme is lacking, and I think that's basically it. So I know some people don't like being in front of a window. I don't think it's really the end of the world. Let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments. But Tom, do you think a new desk would change this setup?
Of course, and I think that's why he didn't do the cable management, because he's like, I'm going to get a new desk. Let me just have this here for now.
Yeah.
And hopefully by the time he's, you know, right now, he has a new desk, because it's been a couple months. I'm hoping that he did for like maybe Christmas or something like that. But
yeah, and that's the thing. I sent these emails out hoping that like, okay, he went from that. I would love to see the new setup and compare it and show the contrast over 6 months. But instead, I had to show this. So, obviously it's fine. He's the one that submitted it in the first place. It's not terrible, but it could be so, like, he knows what he's doing, and it could be a great setup had he, worked on all those other parts, which he may have, but we don't know. So anyways, let's go to the next setup submitted by Michael. He's 14, another custom desk, and another really small photo. I don't know why it's like that. And yeah, I said he's 14, custom made desk, and he had the funniest line in his freaking email. I gotta give him props for being funny. He said most of the things on his desk or around his desk have a story, just like Rick Harrison's pawn shop. Yeah, maybe I was the only one that found that funny, but I gave him props for being funny. You know what I'm saying? So this is a good one. And really, I mean, if you break it down, he did a wonderful job. He said things like, the boat has meaning to him because he bought it on his trip to the Bahamas. And so, like, that's cool. It's sentimental. The desk, obviously, he made with his dad. He has a thing next to his games that his grandpa made him over in the drawer to the right side. You were just looking at,
Yeah, it's down there.
Well, the other photo was closer. But yeah, it's something that his grandpa made him. And, he's got the cables pretty much perfect. You can see the two coming up, but thanks to the paneling, it just kind of disappears, which is cool. And I already saw someone say they don't like the speakers. I think that's, like, really the only thing he can work on in this setup is, like, buying new equipment over time to improve it. New accessories. I doubt those speakers blow or anything. But, it's like, over time, he can just get bigger and better and nicer things. And I think he has the whole setup thing down. He knows what he's doing. He has a very special theme going on. It's very interesting. It's very nice. And I like the simplicity behind it. Tom, what are your thoughts on this setup?
It's clean. I mean, that custom desk looks like something you get at an actual store.
It really
I don't know
does,
how he made it. It looks really good.
Yeah.
But upgrade some equipment. The stuff on the wall is cool and all, but I don't know, that M or N or whatever that letter is. It seems just like there's a lot of empty space around it. So maybe adding something else along with it, maybe spell out your name or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, he said that he won that. Oh no, he made that in like an art class or something, which is cool. So why not do a little bit more with it? I don't know, spell out Mike or something. You know, that'd look cool. But I agree, like, maybe just a little bit more there. Upgrade the equipment over time, but it's a wonderful setup. You did a great job, and considering you're only 14, I give you major props. Anyways, next setup. Stay on this photo for just a bit. I'm gonna tell a little bit of a story. This is Aron, and I'm not doing like the Aron, Key and Peele joke, whatever. But this is, his name's really Aron. He's 13. This was his setup when he was on episode 130. He got a 76, which I thought was a very nice score, considering he's using a freaking doucheway as a speaker stand. And he was kind of working with multiple furniture pieces, a very odd desk in a very weird nook of the house. So it was just kind of like a weird, confusing situation. But I said, hey, man, don't worry about the left side with the laptop and stuff. Like, forget about that. Just figure out a nice desk that fits perfectly in that nice little nook, whether you have to go buy a slab of wood and put legs on the bottom so it fits perfectly, whatever. Just use that nook. It's a nice nook. You can make it look good. So he said to me that he's like, man, I saw my score and I decided to upgrade. And oh god, if you go, there's one more photo. I don't think he upgraded. He downgraded. What did he do to his setup? Oh god!
You think it's a downgrade?
He downgraded. First off, he's got like a metal prison bar in front of it. Like, what is he gonna do? Like push-ups off the bar? Is he gonna like exercise? I feel awful because he didn't get a 76 and he didn't get higher than a 76. He actually got way lower than a 76. And the thing is, like, you look at that photo, and I think the surrounding areas, he actually painted the room. He put those pennants up. Looks nice. Like, it's cool. It's a nice thing. A little bit of paint missed by the Red Sox thing. No, he's writing on the wall. That's how tall he is. shit, Aron's tall, man. No, but like that's cool. He's got the camera in the back, nice. But who the hell designed the desk? I just don't. First off, it's like he's on a roller coaster. He's got to pull the lap bar down. I don't get that. The speakers, he's got one ear that's like off to the side, and the one that's all the way in the back. The monitors don't look that usable at all. The cables have gotten seemingly worse, I would say. But apparently he had enough money to buy a whole new camera rig, so I guess that's where the money went. But I just have a hard time understanding what's going on here. And sorry, there's a huge plane going by in addition to the rain. But it's really confusing and sad because he had such a great clean slate to work off of, and he decided to go with that. So, I mean, he made I don't know. He definitely downgraded, and I hate being that guy. And I will tell you, spoiler, that he got a 42, and he did have a 76. So he didn't necessarily cut it in half, but pretty damn close. Breaking down category by category, he just basically committed seppuku. But the other thing is, if you want to check out his YouTube channel, which, you know, obviously I would assume is a lot nicer than his setup, considering he's got great equipment. It's Aron C. Garza, which is ARONCGARZA. Again, I feel terrible, but I will. What would you want me to say, dog? And someone said, just buy a Linmon desk. They're like, yeah, it would have fit perfectly in there. Tom, do you think I'm being mean?
I just feel bad because he tried his best. He got rid of the one little side desk.
He tried hard enough.
And I don't know what, like his parents bought the desk, or he's like, I like how the bar's in the way. I kind of like that in a desk. I don't know where you got that desk, but it just needs to go. And I feel so bad. But if you just get a normal desk, like, you didn't have to get anything special. If you get a normal desk, you would have fit everything better. I mean, I don't know. He's got a lot of shit. So, I mean,
yeah, I think the one monitor has to go.
Let's be real. I don't even know how he would fit anything on just a normal desk. Because look at all the shit that he has. He has like an Xbox 360, Xbox One,
yeah,
a bunch of speakers.
The kid's rolling in dough, but
yeah, it's just tough because he has to have that set up right there in the corner. There's like probably nowhere else in the room that he can have it technically. So,
you know,
it's just
funny?
tough.
He's probably like loaded with cash. Like his parents are just like making it rain. And then he's like, you know, for the desk, I'm going to be thrifty. I'm going to go on Craigslist. And he probably went to like the local prison. They're like, yeah, here you go. You can have this for free. And he's like, ah, sweet.
It's just that desk is worse than like a grandma desk, you know, where it's like
it's awful.
It's just tough. It's just like, I feel bad for him, like how he lost 30 points on his score. But
does somebody know what the bar is actually for? There's got to be more to it.
Maybe he built it wrong.
That's like one of the support legs. He's like, it's just really wobbly. I just don't understand, but I love the bar. It's like when he's bored, he's just holding on to the bar like, yeah.
Maybe he does like the thing where you can do a handstand on it, and like you're like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the push up kind of off a bar,
like Bruce Lee or something like that.
Yeah, and then someone said something great in the chat. When you try your best, but you don't succeed. Man, I love that song. Anyways, let's go to the next setup. Probably spent a little bit too much on ripping that kid to shreds. Really, Aron, love you, bro. So anyways, this is Bart's setup. Now, Bart, how old do you think Bart is?
12.
No, he's 34. So I'm not even kidding. I feel terrible today because I don't have a lot of nice things to say. He's 34.
Okay. I mean, this pic looks like he's 12. But this pic, you could maybe see
a little bit more
older.
money added to it, you know.
I don't know. I feel bad now.
I see. That's why people are like, man, you're a fat dick. And I'm like, if you were in my spot, it's kind of hard to be the nice. Like, here, let's point out the positives. He's got stuff. All right, now let's point out the negatives. No, I'm just kidding. Really, subwoofer goes on the floor. His case is actually flipped sideways. I believe that's the Bit Phoenix Prodigy. He had to flip it because apparently the plastic legs broke. So he did a little switcheroo. So the window's actually like pointing up. And then let's see what else did he want me to say. He does have a real bonsai. So I will give him extra 35 points there. He's going to need them. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, but yeah, he said one thing that's cool is he has an HDMI switch set up so you can play any of his consoles or his PC on his TV or on the monitor. So I thought that was cool. And don't get me wrong, it's not awful, but I think the problem is I think the desk kind of hurts it, and he's got this extra like old school desk from a school sitting there. Like, that's weird, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's just chilling there.
I guess that's there for when he plays on the
well,
TV.
yeah, like I get the idea,
like that.
But it just looks so weird there. It doesn't match the rest of the stuff. It's sticking out.
If it fit under that desk completely, where you can just pull it out and it's like act like he's not even there,
then it would make sense. But now it's like obtrusive, I would say.
Yeah.
And kind of kills like the whole placement of things seems weird. And someone just said it the best. Droid Eggs, who is a new subscriber today, thank you. He said, oh, just hit the mic. He said he's not utilizing the desk that well. And that's the simple way to explain the problem here. Like, don't put your monitor on top of the Xbox 360. I know it's old, but if you want to kill it, there's better ways to do it, not suffocating it to death. Even though there are vents to the side and stuff, but you don't want to do that. Also, it just doesn't makes sense overall, and I think it's lacking in a lot of different categories, which includes theme. It's got colorful lights over by the TV, which is cool. Like, bring that color throughout the setup, make it a little bit more yours. I don't know. I don't have anything else to say about it unless you do, Tom.
Is that desk like in the wall, like connected?
It might be a built-in. That's what it looks like.
It looks like it wraps around the whole room.
Yeah, which usually isn't a bad thing if he was using it the right way.
Yeah, but
it just looks like a hard desk to really.
It's tough to find the great like usability in it. It really is.
You know, someone actually said, hashtag setup lives matter. I think we got to take a stand for him.
I mean, it's a clean room.
Clean room, big room.
Big room. There's a lot you can do with it.
A lot of potential.
I would maybe, just pull everything off the desk, just look at it like a blank slate and maybe just see if there's another way you can lay out the room.
I agree. I agree.
It's not terrible. It's not like, oh my God, I know it can use a setup. Look at the usability. Oh my God. It's really not that bad.
Oh yeah. No, it's not bad. We're just nitpicking. Yeah. That's what we do. Let's go to the next setup though. This one is another good one. A little dark though. Probably should invest in some lights, but
it's not bad.
It's not bad. No. The first photo though is a little contrasted, a little dark. But this is submitted by Alex. He's 13, and he uses this setup for video editing and occasionally homework. So here's the thing. There are a few things that I would like to change and I'd like to improve, but at the end of the day, usability, cable management, accessories, out of sight, out of mind, he really did a wonderful job with. If you think about it, everything on his desk is things he likes, things he uses, and it's clean. It is clean, but Tom, theme, what are your thoughts?
I mean, he's got cars, and I don't know if that's a poster or something, but I don't know. It's a green. I don't know. It's hard to tell if there's any theme at all.
Yeah, so I would like to see maybe. Well, here's the thing: is that like a blue wall or is it a gray wall? I can't really tell.
That's a gray wall.
You sure?
Yep. You could definitely tell.
It looks blue.
No, it's not.
Maybe it's blue gray or gray blue.
Well, it's got that like clay look to it. Like Minecraft. That clay.
Yeah.
It looks like that.
All right. Well, I think
which is great.
First thing, one thing that would really help, and I say this all the time, but if you're taking a photo for Pimp My Setup, have all the screens on. It makes such a difference because otherwise those other things on your desk kind of like blend in. You like that?
It blends in.
But yeah, the poster, that's one thing. Frame it. Just kind of, I think you need a little bit of pop of color. Now I'm not talking the rainbow, but just a little bit more diversity, just something to kind of separate how dark everything is.
If we saw like a further back picture, we could see like what he's working with, but from this angle, you can't really tell like really what's going on.
I think the main problem is that his peripherals are bright white.
Yeah.
So that's I just can't get over the wall, but I'm gonna assume that's white balance that kind of offsets the white, gray wall, whatever. But yeah, I mean, if he's going for Kermit the Frog green, just kind of throw it through the setup a little bit more, like, hey ho. Kermit the Frog here.
If people are saying get rid of the iMac, it's like, you don't have to get rid of an iMac. It's just not, it's not like a...
They just like saying that. They just like saying
people
that.
think everybody's a gamer, but that's not the case. People use it just for like work and schoolwork and all that stuff.
They just assume because that's like the popular thing, the meme.
Get a gaming PC.
But if someone gave them a brand new Mac, they'd be like, oh my God, really? Yeah. Really though, seriously.
I think it works for probably what he's doing, so whatever.
And then someone said, that's another good thing I meant to mention. I took down his accessory score just a little because he doesn't have speakers, he doesn't have headphones, he's got a lacking. Like, yes, you can use built-in speakers, there's nothing wrong with that. But obviously it takes down on accessories. So anyways, guys, that's that. Let's go to the final setup of the day. Now, love, hate. A lot of love for... okay, a lot of hate. So this is Nick's setup piece. Also 13, a lot of 13-year-olds today. He likes to play games like CSGO and watch YouTube. Now, he did say he hates his desk.
Thank you.
Yeah. What?
No, like, thank you. Like,
he's aware.
He's aware of it.
Yeah, especially in the second photo, you can see the thing that he hates most. Now, he did kind of try with the cable management, but regardless, it's just not going to work. And he's aware of that. So at least, like you said, he's aware. That's step one to overcoming a terrible setup.
Any type of addiction.
Yeah, he's addicted to shitty desks. But take a look at the overall setup. I mean, he's got Chicago.
He's from Chicago, I'm guessing.
I would hope so. He's got the Chicago flow. You know, big ballsy move for a hutch to put that over it. Yeah. But I would assume had he been able to choose the desk, he would choose one without a hutch so that he could actually just hang that up like a normal poster, a normal banner. Yeah. You know, so I think that's
cool, though. I like that. I love it. Like that.
I love when people are like, you know, big fans of something like sports teams and stuff, especially when it's all Chicago related and it's just like bright, it's red, it pops, it looks good, and it really stands out and it really helps with the theme. So imagine if he had gray walls, a nice black desk, and he had that up on the wall. Oh, mwah! But he doesn't. So, but really though, the hutch. Let's talk about that. The stuff on the hutch. Does that look like too much?
I mean, it wouldn't matter if you just got a new desk. Like, yeah, it's fine. It's like neat and all that, but it wouldn't matter if you just got a new desk. That's basically what it comes down to.
Do without it.
And he's aware of it. So go get a new desk. And it looks like there's indents on the wall, so something that would probably fit perfectly in there is like a limb-on desk or something like that.
Yeah, so he's got the room for it. Now, let's talk about the thing that breaks my heart. Really, the whole actual desktop itself. You know, the usability doesn't seem to be all that nice. He's got to use the keyboard tray because of the hutch, because he can't push his monitors back. You guys know I hate keyboard trays, especially when you have awesome peripherals like he does. You don't really get to utilize them to their full extent, so that really hurts. Now, the placement of the Xbox and all that and the PC, it just doesn't really work. And that's really the hutch and the desk. Even without the hutch, I think you'd be better off than you are now. Yeah. But I would just recommend, you know, don't just take off the hutch. Just sell that shit on Craigslist for like 13 cents and get yourself a brand new desk. Because really, I think you know what you're doing. I think you want to cable manage. I think you want to have a great setup, but it's just, you're stuck with this. So let's say you have a new desk, put the PC off onto the floor, maybe even have like an Alex drawer or something and put the Xbox on top of it or off to the side so it's not taking up the desk space. Push your monitors back and then put your peripherals on the actual desktop itself. And I think you did I would think you would do a wonderful job with that. But you're working with what you have. You're aware. That's life. So Tom, do you agree?
Yes. Good job.
Good job.
I mean, with using the hutch, you did a good job. I mean,
yeah, really. No, he definitely did, because we see it all the time. They shove boxes, they fill every little square inch, but he left a huge gap on that main shelf, so I give him props for that. But yeah, let's get right into the scores. Justin with the 46. Hot damn. Garrett with a 52. Ugh. Seth with a 70. All right. Michael with an 88. Aron with a 42. Holy shit. Bart with a 72. Fair, I would say. Alex with an 88. And Nick with a 54, which could easily be a lot higher. So, Nick, I'm counting on you, bro. I'm counting on you. But yeah, I got a little bit of something I gotta say. I do think Alex had a great setup, but I think Michael, even though they're tied, I think Michael wins. I think Michael should have had higher than an 88. And the reason I say that, if you want to show Michael's setup again, great setup. I kind of made a douche move. I had to make it under a 90 only because I already did the voiceover and graphics for the end of the year video where I said how many people got a 90 or higher. So I was like, I didn't even think about it because I didn't score until yesterday. I was like, shit. Because now I have to change everything. So I will say this, Michael. You do deserve probably like a 93, 92. So don't think I'm being a dick, but I'm kind of being a dick. I really am being a dick.
But it doesn't matter. Who cares about
it doesn't really matter. Score, it's like whose line is it anyway? The show where the score doesn't matter. Yeah. Where the points don't matter. Yeah. So I'm sorry, Michael. Forgive me. Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Pimp My Setup, episode number 173, recorded live on December 29th, 2016. The last episode of 2016. You know what? 2016, you can suck it. Really, I didn't like 2016. It's kind of dumb. What do you think, producer Tom?
Didn't like it.
Didn't like it?
No.
Well, you want to say bye to 2016?
I'm saying bye to 2016.
Did you show yourself? Say bye 2016.
See you later. Peace out.
Oh, God. Thanks, guys. As long as, all goes well, we'll be back on January 1st, 2017. We'll see you then. There's another plane. What the dab? And also the dab will be gone in 2017. I promise. I can't do it.